This is happiness, to be everything at once. Be unblinded, be unlearned, be unbridled and unburned.
Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Mood Prep. My name is Dave Nixon, and today I'm probably gonna talk through. I've got two things. One's from a post that I put up today on Instagram, and the other is of something that sort of felt surreal for me again today. So let's see if we can get to that. I'm gonna talk through the post first anyway, and then if there's some time, I'll get to the second thing. Who knows? Maybe they'll even tie in together. But so today, actually, there's two posts that I put up today. One's a quote, a poem rather. Maybe I'll go through that another time. I really enjoy that. So yes, I will go through that another time. The other one though was a repost from old mate Russell Brand, and it was a quote by I probably can't pronounce this very well, Maya Angelou. Anyway, and it's hate has caused a lot of problems in the world, but has not solved one yet. And this is really interesting. So, for a number of reasons, I saw it and I've gone, yep, cool. I like that. It was also time for my OCD to post a white quote, white background quote anyway. So I reposted it. And a friend of mine who's in the UK at the moment, and a guy that I do respect a lot, who had an extensive career in well, let's call it defense. And he goes, very true, it does not solve anything. But an interesting contradiction is that without war/hate, we'd still all be living in the dark ages in huts. The saddest fact about humanity is that as a race overall, we are inspired more through hate/vengeance than we are through love. Even though in 2019 we'd like to think the opposite, which I agree with. There is hope for the future though, but as a race, on average, we are just nowhere near intelligent enough yet. Boom, I'll go back to grunting in the corner with my dumbbells now. So, and I wrote back and I'll go back and share my response. But Warren, you do more than grunting in the corner with dumbbells, mate. I know how smart you are. To some extent at least anyway. You're probably more than I even give you credit for. And so I do say you do more than grunt in the corner. And you touched on something there that is really important. The duality of love is hate. How we are to know, who are we to know what love is without hate? How are we, there you go. How are we to know love without hate? How are we to know how to act until we know how not to? There is hope now in every choice we make. That's what creates a future. And so, he does touch on a really important point, and a couple of points there really, about the whole thing is that, hate has caused a lot of problems in the world, but it has not solved one yet. Well, love hasn't caused any problems, so to speak, right? Jealousy has, see, that's different, right? But love, like pure, genuine, not millennial love that we see in maybe in movies and all that kind of stuff, not the shadow psychological aspects of love, but love, right? And so here's the interesting concept of it is that, if all we had was love, would we still call it love, or would that just be called being called being in the present? Now, if we were in the present all the time, then, all we would do is simply eat and poop and reproduce. We wouldn't build and do the things that we have today. Like, there has to be this certain level of in the future and in the past to be able to do that sort of stuff. And there's beauty in that. There's beauty in envisioning a future. There's utility in going back into your past and really pulling something from it, from using that as a tool, as a guideline to be able to build a better future. But the thing about the future is that the future is made out of the decisions that we make today. So there is hope now. There's not hope in the future. There's hope now. But it has to be in every single choice that we make. And this is why the whole idea of choose love isn't that there's always love, because that's not. You're inflating the currency, right? Everyone's rich. Like, it doesn't work that way. This duality is a human, human trait that is simply beautiful in its own right. And so the emotion of hate, the emotion of love, it allows us to have this human experience. And then we grab those two as just a simple example and we sprinkle it across everything because it's the same. The duality of both polar opposites, hey? Like the North Pole and South Pole. Hello, they're connected. They're connected. It's the same fucking planet. And that's the exact same thing with us. We go, but that one's there and that one's there. They're totally different. They're polar opposites. Yeah, mate, but they're fucking connected, right? And the thing is that they're literally very close, but we go around because we don't think to go through. Anyway, but the interesting thing is that when we see polar opposites within ourselves, it's like, no, we have access to both. And this is often what I talk about this and teach this when we talk about things like meta programs, but the beauty is that it's not about being love, like it's about experiencing it, right? Because we, at the core of what we are is simply an observer. We're a witness, and we have this body that's on lease. We're just like, it's going back to the earth, guys. This fucking meat vehicle, this meat skeleton, if you want to call it that you're currently driving, right? And we identify as it. No, you're not a fucking body, right? This body is going back to the earth. It came from the earth or from fucking Stardust, if you want to call it that, or the sun or whatever, right? Depends which way you want to really go through it. But if you listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson, you're just fragments of the universe, of the sun, right? Having a human experience for a little while. And so the thing is that we're so caught up in the physical realm, in the way that we live our life, that we think that we are our body. It's like, no, we have it, right? And at some point it's gone back to where it came from. Not, like that, but and when we can see life like that, we understand that it's actually in every single moment we get to choose love, or I'm not going to call it war or hate, I'm going to call it fear, right? And we can make decisions based out of that. So we get to choose that. We don't get the beauty upon all of that is that being able to choose that is being able to choose whether we're going to be fearful of the future or trust and love in the present. Now that can sound corny, but fuck me, it's better than being in fear your whole life. Hey, take the corny, take that road, because that road has a significantly higher yield, right, than consistently not trusting anything, especially yourself. Often when people go, I don't trust you, they're actually not trusting themselves. Hey, it's even the same when people go, I don't trust me. What would you do? It's like, well, you trust yourself enough to trust me to make a good decision. See, they're fucking polar opposites of the same thing. They're fucking connected. It's everywhere. Start fucking looking for it. It's everywhere. It's phenomenal. And the more you see it, the more you start to see it show up, the more you realize that you're not one or the other. You get to choose. So you get to choose love or fear. Hey, you get to choose that. And, well, I encourage you to choose something that allows you to trust yourself more. What that is for you, it's up to you to make a decision with. But on that note, I am out. I had a couple of people ask me about the Mood Prep weekend. It's on the 9th and 10th of March. It's here in Canberra. I've been promising putting details up. They're still coming, don't worry. And as soon as they're up, I'll be posting on my social medias for you all to know about anyway. But 6th and 10th of March, put it in your calendar. I'd love to see you guys there. What we will be covering off is a lot of developmental models. And what I mean by that is simply going through the models that I teach and talk about on here and in the Coaches Circle and in Mood Prep U into more detail, so that you can leave that weekend with a clearer understanding of how you operate and how to operate with the world to get exactly what it is that you want. Now, when I say to get exactly what it is that you want, is that you be connected closer to, let's call it something that's purposeful for you, that's meaningful for you. It's funny when thinking about it without a backstory, but hey, that's what you get for today. I'm out. That's it. I'm all done. If you found this podcast beneficial, then it'd mean the world to me if you'd pass it on to someone else that you think would also find it beneficial. I want to thank Warren for commenting on the post and sharing some of his wisdom. Love you, brother. I hope you're well and hope to catch up with you soon in the UK. Otherwise, team, on that note, I am out. Until tomorrow, peace and pizza. Kick today in the dick. Slay the dragon. I'll see you guys soon.
To be everything at once, be unblinded, be unlearned, be unbridled and unburned.